G'day and welcome to this Australian Open Life. We tell stories and our story is Grand Slam Tennis, coming to you live from the home of the Australian Open, live in Melbourne, live at Melbourne Park, and being based in Melbourne, produced by Wise Words Media. And today you are joining us for an audio style radio. You are joining us, let me get that right. You are joining us for an audio only radio style commentary. G'day and welcome to this Australian Open Life. We tell stories and our story is Grand Slam Tennis, coming to you. Well, we're live at Court 15 on Monday, the 13th of January 2025, and we are for the first time ever this Australian Open Life coming to you from the night session. Let's get straight into the action. We're at Court 15, the first round match between the returning David Goffin of Belgium and Benjamin Bonzi of France. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of French players, good French players around these days. And the first set is nearly run and done. It's just gone 8:30 local time in Melbourne, Australia, and the Frenchman Bonzi, he is leading 5-love on Goffin's serve. Goffin is 30-love up, and that has split the centre line, and that is in 30-love on Goffin's serve. The match has been going about 28 minutes, and we're out on Court 15. Now, Court 15 is buried. Court 15 is buried out the northwest corner of the precinct, and it's the very outermost northwestern edge of the Melbourne Park precinct. And what a great place to watch tennis. Now, the sun hasn't quite set, and this match could go pretty late, so we're going to park here for the rest of the night. There's a lot of there's quite a very attentive, packed crowd. They're packed into this little sideshow, little grandstand to the side. Seats about, be lucky to seat 200 people, if that. But you can bet your bottom dollar that there is a good French contingent here. The French love their tennis, and you can bet that they'll be supporting David Goffin. And why not? Because he just held serve for the first time in the first set. He trails 1-5, the Belgian, to Benjamin Bonzi. And so they're currently waiting. We're waiting for the Frenchman to serve. He is serving from the southern end of Court 15, and he'll be serving down to the north end, which backs onto the train lines, the tram line. Immediately opposite is East Melbourne, and that splits in between the Treasury Gardens, and to the east is the Pullman on the Park Hotel, which used to be the Hilton, which used to house the Test cricketers every summer. Doesn't anymore. And then to the west is the edge of Melbourne CBD, with the Sofitel there looming over us, Ernst & Young building, and used to be the ANZ Towers, but not anymore. They've taken off. So what can we tell you about this game? 5-1, the Frenchman leads. He's up 15-love. He's now they're now into a rally, and the reason I can't tell you what's going on too much is because I'm actually behind the black hoardings, and there's a fairly attentive security guard there, telling people waiting. There is a line to get into this court. Actually, it's about 4 or 5 deep, and respectfully, people are being asked to wait behind the barrier, as you would know. And I'm standing about a further 4 to 5 metres off the back of that queue, and there's plenty of security guys around, and with the courts that aren't in action, and the Frenchman is up 30 love on his, I think he's just gone to 40 love on his serve. No, it's 30-15 to the Frenchman. He's up 5-1, and I'd say this first set is all his for the taking. But just looking around court 14 next door, no match on that. So what I am learning, and because never been to a night session before, once these matches are finished, there's no further action on those. But court 15 between these two guys been going for the last half hour, and I'd say this crowd is in for a very, very entertaining evening. We're going to take a short break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to this Australian Open Live. Very pleased to have your company tonight, and straight into the action. That first set is done and dusted, and quite a bit of activity around, and we've relocated to the southeast corner of court 15, and standing up on the staircase of court 13, where there's a match currently on between Elise Mertens, another Belgian, and Victoria Golubic. I think she's Swiss. I can't quite see from here, but Mertens losing the first set, and it's currently six games each in the second set. Mertens leading. There's a 1 point to love in the tiebreak. So the people that have made the effort to come out this side of the precinct, they're in for a treat. Tanasi Kokonakis got up 7-6 in the fourth set, and we captured the noise from our vantage point, where we took some pretty decent pictures of the sunset, but you'll see those later on. So what can we tell you about court 15? The lights are on, the city presenting the kind of backdrop that we were expecting, and we're going to ride out the second set as far as it goes. So Goffin coming out to serve the first game of the second set. He trails 1 set to love in this match that's been going 34 minutes, and Goffin serving from my end. I can't see him serving, but I will see the ball toss. It'll come up above the black hoardings, and I can see well enough that I can see the Frenchman. I'm hoping I trust my glasses. That serve into the net, that first serve, second serve by Goffin. He's gone to the forehand. It comes back to Goffin's forehand, and Goffin could not make the return across the net. He's down love 15 on his service game, this first game of the second set. Right-handed player, the Frenchman, picks up the serve to his forehand quite nicely, and they're into a rally now, and sticking to the centre of court, he's punched it down the right-hand side. That's the cheers for the game behind me, which is Elise Mertens, and he's got that point back, Goffin. So 15 all in the first game of the second set. And the Mertens game behind me, it's 2 points each in the tie-break in the second set. So we'll try to keep an eye on that. Goffin serves. He's gone for the ace down the centre of the court. Just missed. This court 15, that's a softer second serve. double-handed backhand player, this guy from France, and he's gone into the net. Goffin 30-15 up on his serve, so he'll be wanting to make the most of this. A double-handed backhand from Benjamin Bonzi of France. Goffin to the backhand, and that's an ace. 191 kilometres an hour. So, there's a close call. They're showing the replay, but it's bitten a huge piece of the line as it's gone through. So Goffin will want to wrap this up pretty quick. Serves to the backhand again, and that's an ace. Nice work, David Goffin. Nice work. Finishing off that game, wins the first game of the second set, and sends down 2 aces to the backhand of the Frenchman. So I wonder if that's going to be, he spotted something there. As long as he can keep his accuracy going, you would tip at this stage he'll try anything to get himself back into this match by winning the second set. We're going to take a short break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to this Australian Open Live. Really pleased to have your company tonight. And on court 13, the Belgian Elise Mertens is down 2-4 in the tiebreak for the second set. So if she doesn't get her act together, she's leaving on a jet plane, basically. Meanwhile, the match on court 15, the players have had their change of ends. Benjamin Bonzi of France now serves from the south end of the court. I can't see him serving, but I will see his ball toss. It's going to rise up above the black hoardings into the evening dusk sky. There it goes, and he's gone centre court, trying to hit that middle centre court line for an ace. And he's on his second serve. He's down love 15, double-handed backhand from Goffin, and now he's hit a forehand, a slice backhand from Goffin, a forehand deep into the backhand court. He's gone up to the net, couldn't quite. Oh, it was nearly he couldn't smash it down. It just above him a bit, and that is a winner. The Frenchman has pulled that out of the fire. He was on the back foot. Goffin would be disappointed because maybe the Frenchman spotted Goffin rushing the net, and the ball looped up, and it was there for the taking. But unfortunately, Goffin was early, and he had to hesitate, take a step back, and it was sort of like he batted it back instead of trying to smash it. And so the Frenchman worked his way back into the point, and he was in trouble. And then all of a sudden it was all over, and he served, and Goffin's just hit that return straight into the net. So all of a sudden it's 30-15 on the Frenchman's serve, and he'd be disappointed because he lost a gettable point, and now it's turned around and doubled it. So to the forehand of Goffin, a double-handed backhand from Goffin. The Frenchman's at the net. He's just snuck it in the inside line. Goffin. Nice work. Nice work there. The Frenchman rushed up to the net, and Goffin had to rush out to his backhand side, halfway up the court, retrieved it, got it back over, and made the Frenchman scramble to his left, to his backhand side, and he couldn't get it over. So it's 30-all on the Frenchman's serve. And we'll just see what Mertens doing behind me. Mertens is down 4-5 in the second set tiebreak, but back to court 15, it's a rally. They're trading forehands and double-handed backhands. He's gone for the punt. Yeah, that's long from the Frenchman. And Alexei, I think they're sensing a bit of danger here with Goffin. He's up 30-40 on the Frenchman's serve, and there's some anticipation here amongst the crowd. The French supporters won't like to see Goffin go up 2-love in the second set. The serve from the Frenchman hits the tape, falls back on his side. The second serve, a lot riding on this one. After such an easy win in the first set, and he's gone to the forehand side, and Goffin has tried to smack that down cross court. An interesting choice of shot, because he deliberately, it went into his sweet spot, and he deliberately cocked his wrist back to his, through his forehand shot, going for the corner on the forehand side of the Frenchman. Just didn't work, so now it's deuce. And the Frenchman now into his second serve. And second serve, double-handed backhand from Goffin. He's not a powerful shots. That's a slice backhand from the Belgian. Wheels around, stands up in the back court. He's coming to the net, punches it. Oh, and it worked. And what I'm saying, I've never seen David Goffin live before, and what I'm seeing is he doesn't have a lot of power in his forehand. Like the body shape as he goes into it, you know, it suggests that it's going to be a much, much bigger shot. Powerful shot is what I mean, and it doesn't seem to have a lot of juice in it to my naked eye. But what do I know? Otherwise I'd be playing this match. But anyway, he's got the advantage, and it goes to his backhand. He pops it up, and oh, he was cramped for that shot. He was kind of like, it was like he was stepping back onto his off stump and trying to punch it out through mid wicket, and it just didn't work because the ball just looped up in a really odd way, and he's done that a couple of times, just batting. And then you see his body language, he's kind of hoping to jag it in with his body language, and it just dropped outside. First serve to the forehand of Goffin, and that return was long. He looked like he had that comfortably, and it's a close call. They're showing on the screen. It's out by about 2 to 3 centimetres. It's very close, maybe 2 centimetres. So now the advantage swaps over to the Frenchman, and he's had a couple of times he's had his nose in front in this game to break serve. Goffin, double-handed backhand from Goffin, another double-handed backhand. Now he's coming to the net, and something happened behind the hoarding that I just couldn't make out what the Frenchman did, because I haven't got X-ray vision, you see. But I've got a good view of the court, and you get this, like if you know your tennis, you can sense where the players are running to, even though you can't see them. So I'm just waiting for the first serve. It's back to deuce, the Frenchman. No, he just didn't get there. But that's okay, because it was a fault. But he hit it into the net. But he would have liked to have seen that go over. Waiting for the second serve. Deuce, the Frenchman. And he's tried to go down the backhand side. Oh, it was a let. So second serve coming up for the Frenchman. Goes to the forehand side. He's got a big wind-up, Goffin. Goes to the backhand of the Frenchman. Forehand to the backhand. And I'm going to claim I was blinded by the hoarding, because the body language of Goffin suggested that he lost the point, but he didn't. He's now got the advantage, and the Frenchman's struggling to kill off this service game. Oh, what a time to pull out an ace! As I was just about to say, on the line, that is the first ace the Frenchman has served while I've been paying attention. It's deuce, back to deuce. The second game of the second set, the first service game of the Frenchman. And I feel like turning around to see what Elise Mertens is doing. That game's still going, otherwise I would have finished. And he's got Goffin running around the baseline, and he's recovered to the centre, sends it back to the forehand, the double-handed backhand of Goffin. Oh, he's coming to the net. He's staying half court, and it's out. It's out. He likes his forehand, Goffin, and you feel like, you watch his body language and you feel like he knows that's his safety shot, that's his happy place. But I'll tell you what, with a couple of those wind-ups, he has a big wind-up, but there's not much juice in the shot. Anyway, that was out, so it's advantage back to the Frenchman. It is a long tie-break in the second set with Mertens in her match. 8-7, Mertens leads in the tie-break in the second set. I'm not going to pay attention to it because I'm going to dedicate this stanza to this second set on court 15. Double-handed backhand return by the Frenchman. He's moved across the centre of the court, and that's out. No. That was a winner. So he's brought it back to deuce, the Belgian, and the Frenchman. This game's been going about 12 minutes, and so behind me, the second set tie break, Elise Mertens, it's 8-all, 8 points each in the second set tie break. Can you believe that? Frenchman serving, double-handed backhand by Goffin into the net, and that is advantage back to the Frenchman. The crowd very attentive. I hope they brought some extra layers. It's going to get chilly up in that grandstand. Although, in fairness, not a lot of wind around this end of the site. Frenchman serves. He's got the advantage. Hits the tape. Went out well outside the tram lines to the backhand of Goffin. Serving on the advantage, the Frenchman. Second serve. Double-handed backhand into the net. Hang on, so what's going on here? Yeah, one game all. That's what I was about to say. Not the clearest call by the umpire. So that game was about 14 minutes long, so we can turn around and see what Mertens is doing. And she's done it. She's won that second set, Mertens. She's won it 7-6, 10 points to 8. And there was a bloke here standing on the landing of the staircase just behind me, watching it intensely, and he punched the air. And if I didn't see it, he punched it again to make sure I saw it. Well, I did see it, mate. So he's obviously either a Belgian national, or he loves the fact that there's two Belgians playing diagonally opposite each other. So we're into the second service game of David Goffin. And he's down love 15 on his serve. That first serve at 189 miles an hour, that's quite tame by today's modern standards. Second serve, oh, that is he swished at it. And the return into the net by the Frenchman. And there's a bit of activity because you'll hear people moving around me. There's quite a few people moving out of court 13 grandstand, which has got a very big grandstand, court 13. Goffin, first serve. And return with interest by the Frenchman. And paddled back, the Frenchman at the net. Goffin, no. Goffin running over to a drop shot. He had to hit it well outside the tram lines as it was dropping, and he managed to get it back, but as happens often is the case with the return of such a drop shot, the opponent waiting calmly and coolly at the centre of the court and just simply dobs it into the middle of the court. Goffin, his momentum still taking him towards the wall of the court, and he's down 15-30 as a result of that little interchange. So Elise Mertens, she might be ordering takeaway at the end of this match, which is going to go a lot longer. The match time is 1 hour 52 for Elise Mertens in that match, and that is a 10 points to 8 in the second set tie-break. So meanwhile, back on court 15, David Goffin finds himself down again 15-40, and that's not a good place to be when your opponent's punching through your service game so quickly after having just won a marathon, 11 to 13, 14 minute service game with advantage swapping backwards and forwards between the players. And Goffin wants to really solidify things a bit here. He's onto his double-banded backhand again. He ran to his the corner of the court, and his serve's been broken. That he went for the winner, the double-handed backhand winner down the line, and unfortunately, it did everything but become the winner. So his serve is broken, and he's down. He's now down. He's down 2 games to 1. If my calculations are right, because I'm watching the scores when the players are changing ends and sitting down between service games. The court screen actually rolls through all the matches in progress and then the match results and sometimes the matches for tomorrow. So I wasn't paying attention because I was distracted by all the activity. I'm making sure I'm not making too much noise here on the landing for people, but I've got a good vantage point here at court 15. Preferably, actually, I'll tell you my preference after this break. Don't go away, we'll be right back. G'day, welcome back to this Australian Open Life. We tell stories, and our story is Grand Slam tennis, coming to you live from the home of the Australian Open, Melbourne Park. It is Monday, the 13th of January 2025, and it's about coming up to 9 o'clock, just shy of 9 o'clock. And we got two crackers going on, one in front of us and one behind us, and both involving players from Belgium. David Goffin on court 15, Elise Mertens on court 13, and she's just won an absolute gut buster of a second set tiebreak. The Frenchman down at the northern end now, and that is a confident start to his service game, where he broke the serve of Goffin in next to no time. He's up 15-love, he's up 2-1 in the second set, and yeah, as experienced as David Goffin is, and as you know, wily, and knows his game very well, he won't be liking the taste in his mouth of this scoreboard for the moment. But anyways, he's competing well, and the Frenchman pulled out a winner, falling away, his body motion falling away as he hit a forehand sort of around his ankles or shin height, and somehow has absolutely plumped a winner and gone up to 30-love. So luck's a fortune, as some of the old footy commentators used to say. Kevin Bartlett, I believe that was one of his favourite sayings. Second serve now for the Frenchman. Forehand from Goffin. They're going forehand to forehand, and that forehand from Goffin is outside the line on the forehand side of the Frenchman. I've just noticed the serve speed for the Frenchman, which I hadn't been paying attention to. So as he's coming up, another quick service game. His last service game, you remember, was about 13, 14 minutes long. But this one, barely time to... and the speed on that was 199 kilometres an hour, that first serve. But I thought I saw him serve above 200 a minute ago. Second serve, that's a let, bouncing very merrily off the top of the tape into the service box. The third serve now, and that's a fault. So Goffin steals a point back to 40-15, and the Frenchman not looking too bothered, to be honest. He's dressed in blue shirt, blue shorts, white cap, and punches that down to the forehand side at 213 kilometres an hour. By my book, he's going about 30 kilometres above Goffin. We'll check that in Goffin's next service game. Trading shots and baseline rally. The Frenchman bent down low and did well there. Held his serve. Goffin couldn't handle that double-handed backhand off his shoelaces, and Goffin put that effort into the net and now trails 1-3. So for Goffin, after winning the first game of the second set and being in a position of able to threaten the serve of the Frenchman. Now finds himself a service breakdown in the second set, and serving at 188 on that first serve. So what's going on there? Why is there such a big difference? It's not like Goffin's not a lightly built bloke, but yeah, that is a huge difference these days. So this is a close call, and that is not close enough as far as Goffin's concerned. It's gone outside the line, and the Frenchman, that was his shot. I couldn't see it because the southern end of the court is behind the black hoardings. And I haven't got X-ray vision. 187 kilometres an hour, that serve, but 15 all now on the Goffin serve. And the Melbourne evening is coming up a treat as we're descending through the evening into dusk. We can still see suggestions of sunlight, but it's proper sunset. The women's singles on court 13 behind me, there was a long break. It must have been a toilet break, so they've only just started the first game of the third set, and Merton's serving, and she's down love 15. Back on court 15. Goffin serving at 1-3. He's up 30-15, and that is a horrible mishit from the Belgian, and that has gone almost all the way to the back of the court to hit the wall at the back of the court, and no prizes for hitting the Kia logo, more than likely. Goffin is 30 all on his second service game. Third service game, I beg your pardon. He's sent down an ace. So he can pull them out, Goffin, actually. And the Frenchman served a couple, but it's nice to know you can rely on an ace every so often but he doesn't try to hit them too often. He's up 40-30, the first serve into the net, and at 185, that is so strange, 185 kilometres an hour, you would think accuracy would be, you know, up the top of the list. Serves to the forehand. He's got the Frenchman running right around from side to side on his backhand side of his court. He's gone right, he's gone left. He's doing the hokey cokey, and his final shot, a weak backhand, was never ever going to threaten the net, and Goffin holds serve. They're showing some results. Ilya Tomljanovic won in 3 sets. Stefanos Tsitsipas, what's going on there? He lost in 4 sets. Iga Swiatek won in 2 sets. Joanne Pagula, good to see her winning in 2 sets. Schneider on Kia Arena won in two sets. Lucia Bronzetti saw her in 2022. She's beat Victoria Azarenka. Well done, you. Kokkinakis got up in 4 sets. Belinda Bencic up in 2 sets over Ostapenko. The 16th seed, Frances Tiafoe, winning through. Taylor Gibson. Oh, I think she might have lost. Taylor Gibson, the young West Australian girl, who got a wild card a couple of years ago, and had some good results over the journey, winning a couple of Grand Slam matches, but not this time. I think we'll wait to see that come through. So meanwhile on court 15, the players come back out from the change of ends to remind me that I'm here to watch the tennis, not listen to the doof music out on the Melbourne Park precinct on the western side of the Melbourne Park area. And the first serve of the Frenchman going into the net. Second serve, double-handed backhand by the Belgian. He's still on his double-handed backhand. And again on the backhand, again on this 4 in a row. And this time, oh, the Frenchman, clever placement, making him run out to his forehand, almost outside the tram lines. He's got him moving around now, the Frenchman. He's really working him over, the Frenchman. And and that's what he was setting him up for. He had him pushed him out wide the first time to the forehand side. He struggled to get back to the centre, pushed him out wide again to the forehand, sent him helter-skelter to the backhand side. He got the first one. Could not get back across to cover the forehand winner from the Frenchman. And the French nationals in the crowd, their countrymen, are thrilled. They are ooh la la aplenty from the grandstand. 15 love, the Frenchman leads to the forehand. He serves of Goffin, and a nice winner. A nice winner. He's been trying that shot, Goffin. He's been trying that shot a couple of times actually, and it just hasn't come off. It's either been long or wide, or just not enough spin on it to drop it down suddenly. And he put it together for that shot and recovered to be 15 all on the Frenchman's serve. The Frenchman up a service break, leading 3-2 in the second set. We're sticking with these guys for the entirety of this set. And the Frenchman serves into the body of Goffin, backing away. He did all right there, and he's managing to stay in the point. Bit of a rally. The Frenchman hitting to the backhand side of the, moves him over to the forehand side. Goffin returns back to his backhand side. We've seen this show before, but it's the rally continues, and Goffin looking comfortable now. The Frenchman, I'd say, is dictating this point. Oh, a single-handed backhand from the Belgian. Puts it back. Oh, he's gone for the feather touch. Oh, and that is a repeat of exactly what we saw only 2 minutes ago in this game, on the first point possibly, working him side to side, and then all of a sudden sends one out to the deep to the corner of the backhand court. Goffin rushing, taking by surprise. The double-handed backhand can't recover because the Frenchman sitting at the centre of the court, taking the return on the full and just sending it to the forehand side of Goffin's court and taking a nice winner, comfortable winner to 30-15. The Frenchman serves 185 kilometres an hour. He's mixing up a bit and tried for a drop shot there, the Frenchman. Didn't quite work. Didn't quite work. He's not afraid to go to the net, the Frenchman. But Goffin now 30 all on the Frenchman's serve. This match time just ticked over the 103 currently, and that's an ace, a statement by the Frenchman, and it's just well, that's in by a mile. It's taken off. It's head-butted that line in full, and no doubt there at all. Don't need too much of a close-up to work out that hit the line. Frenchman serving at 40-30, and Goffin is pleading with the umpire, actually. I'm just trying to hear what he's saying. He's protesting the loss of that point. Now I can't honestly say I know what he's talking about, but Goffin pretty certain of his the point he's trying to make, and I'd agree that he is. He's been around the traps for a long time, so whatever's caught his attention there. Yeah. Whatever's caught Goffin's attention there is. But anyway, he's copped it on the chin. He's down 4-2 in the second set, and he's serving. So he needs to retain this game, this service game, because he's been broken twice in this set, by my reckoning. You're welcome to correct me. Welcome to correct me if you know better. But wins that first point of this service game, and trying to put that little fracas in the back out of his mind, I'd say. Concentrate on winning this service game, which he needs badly. is not an understatement. Behind me is Elise Mertens still playing the third set of her match. Second serve by Goffin, and that's a fault. And the Frenchman hits the return, going through his return of serve action, and the ball bounced just in front of Goffin. He tried to volley it with a very, well, the body language said everything. Serves down to the forehand side. The Frenchman struggles to get a racket on it. He's popped it up. Goffin's at the net, smashes the winner. He was looking for that quite some time ago. The crowd appreciates that, and they're probably just cheering in not in sympathy, but in, you know, stick at it, mate. Stick at it and fight it out is more than likely what that cheer was about. Goffin serves and into a rally there. The Frenchman punches a winner down the forehand side, and it's back to 30 all. So we're moving into the night, and the lights in the towers in the CBD are beginning to stand out. 5 lights on each of the 4 towers around this court, and Goffin trying to light things up with an ace, an angry ace, but just out. Comes back to the second serve, lets the ball hit the court from the toss, and back into his service action. Steers it down the forehand side to the double-handed backhand of Goffin. He's running across to a forehand, punches back the Frenchman. Another double-handed backhand for Goffin. Oh no, he's mishit that. Goffin's mishit that double-handed backhand. He didn't really do anything wrong, but the mishit perhaps wasn't into his double-handed backhand action. Probably hadn't crouched into it much, but it popped up off the top of the racket. Not a bad mishit, but yeah, just looped out and said, I'm out of here. He's down 30-40. The Frenchman is all over his serve. The Frenchman is getting through Goffin's service games very, very quickly. Second serve, and the Frenchman hitting a winner to take a 5-2 lead in the second set, and not looking good for Goffin. And you can hear the French supporters. They're up on their feet. The tricolour's out. They are, I'm not going to say delirious, but they're pretty bloody happy. Now I'm just going to turn around to court 13 and see what's going on with Elise Mertens. She's serving at 15-40, but she's up 2-love in the third set against her opponent, Victoria Golubic. And I think she's Swiss, but even with my glasses on, I can't make that out. We're going to take a short break while the players are having a sit down and changing ends. And while we do that, don't go away, because we will be right back. Welcome back to this Australian Open Live. Very pleased to have your company tonight on the night session on Monday, the 13th of January 2025. This Australian Open Live produced by Wise Words Media. We're based in Melbourne, Australia. We are experts on all things Melbourne, all things Melbourne Park, and all things Australian Open 2025. Bringing you the sights, sounds, sunset, summer of tennis, live from the home of the Australian Open, the happy slam at Melbourne Park, as the Frenchman sets up at the northern end of court 15 under the lights, which are now pretty much taken over from the sun, which is pretty much gone. Second serve from the Frenchman to his backhand side, the return from Goffin, and the double-handed backhand from the Frenchman into the net, and he's down love 15 on his serve. But we've seen this show before, and he's not under threat. And at 5-2 in the third set, the Frenchman would be feeling pretty bloody good with himself at the moment. And why not? Because he's just served an ace. And it's up to 15 all. And so we're going to stick with these guys to the end of this set. And then that'll do us. First serve, the Frenchman into the net again, bounces back onto his side. And it's fair to say the crowd are pretty intrigued by this match. They're into a rally. And Goffin going for a drop shot from what I could make out. Again, I just want to emphasise, I can't see the southern end of the court because it's behind the hoarding. I found a good spot standing on the landing of the stairs on the northern side of the grandstand of court 13. So I've got a good view of the northern side of court 15. And he's gone for the ace. He's gone for the ace at 182 kilometres an hour, the Frenchman. And he's up 40-15 already. Goffin has had a lot of trouble threatening the serve of the Frenchman. Only threatened, had the Frenchman in trouble for about 15 minutes in the first service game of the second set for the Frenchman. And he's punching this down. He smells blood. He moves into the net. Moves into the net to take Goffin's return. And from 15-40 on his service game, moves into the centre of the court, dominates the net and punches that winner with authority to the backhand side of Goffin. And that is the end of the second set. David Goffin trailing 2 sets to 2 sets to love, that's right. Yeah, sorry. And the game's only been going about an hour and 10 minutes, and there's a bit of movement at the station in the grandstand. People coming out of the grandstand, people going in, so there's plenty of interest in these matches, but we're going to leave it here. And we will show you, well, the results will reveal themselves in due course in this episode at the end. And if you're not up to speed with how we do things at this Australian Open Life, this is the podcast audio, the audio-only radio-style commentary, and over the top we'll be playing some pretty decent footage from sights and sounds and various goings-on around Melbourne Park from tonight, Monday the 13th of January 2025, and it's the first night session we've been to. So yeah, David Goffin, he's in trouble, down 2 sets to love, 4 aces to 3. The Frenchman's hit, but look, all those stats will reveal themselves later. The match time is 1 hour 13. Meanwhile, on court 13, just briefly, a very intense match. It's going to go the distance. The third set, Mertens leading 2 games to 1, and she is currently up a break point, 30-40 on the serve her opponent. They're into a rally. And they're trading forehands and backhands. And the match time, 2 hours 15, and that's a miss hit. That has gone up into the night sky. And punch back down. No, didn't hit a winner. And we'll just stick with this for a moment. They're still going at it. Moves into the net. Another, it's just inside the line. The backhand, single-handed backhand. It's an extended rally, as you can probably hear. As the match behind me on court 15 starts up again, and that is the winner. And it's up to deuce. Mertens had a chance to break serve there and missed it. Probably lost concentration or something. We're just going to make our way down so we can finish off. So we can finish off this episode, and you'll probably notice that from this little excursion we've taken here tonight, that no game footage here tonight. It's there is so many people here that the first 2 to 3 days of the Australian Open, very well attended, and you'll if you've been following it, you'll know that the weather on the first day was atrocious. So we won't give you a weather report because you will know that games were delayed and matches were delayed and cancelled on all outdoor courts. So that's where we'll leave it for now. You've been listening to The Bloke Who Walks, this Australian Open Live, produced by Wise Words Media, bringing you the sights, sounds, summer of tennis, live from Melbourne Park. We're the experts on all things Melbourne Park, and all things Australian Open 2025. And we've been thrilled to bring you this audio-only, radio-style commentary live from the grounds of Melbourne Park. And that's it for now. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll chat to you soon. Bye for now.
Do you know what's happening here? Why is the road
They're setting up the Australian Open, which qualifying is this week. So they're setting up the entrance. The tournament starts on Sunday, and they've got a lot of forklifts and heavy vehicles. They're moving really big equipment up and down. So every time they send a forklift down, they have to block pathway. So for your safety, and as long as it takes for them to do what they've got to do, and then they'll open it back up again. And you can walk straight down to the tram, and you can catch the tram to Richmond Station or back into the city.
So we're actually going to Australian Open. So do you know how long
Here you go.
Yeah. What does it go down?
Yeah. Good luck. All the best. Hang on a second, did we say there's other information about ground passes? Yes, there is. We'll be picking and choosing some of our favourite upcoming matches with some of the lesser-known players. We like focusing on the wildcards and those outside the top 100. The qualifiers, those that get through, and we like following the lesser-known players and bringing a little bit of colour to the Australian Open for you. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and bye for now.
Right, are we going to this one?
This Australian Open Life produced by Wise Words Media. We're based in Melbourne, Australia. We are experts on all things Melbourne Park, and all things Australian Open 2025. Bringing you the sights, sounds, summer of tennis. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching whatever I'm playing over the top of this audio-only, radio-style commentary. You're listening to The Bloke Who Walks. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll chat to you soon. Bye for now.